just think it's not going to be as good because I'm going to earn some screen next week, though. Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all the latest news that happened during the week of mobile and tech and answer your questions live. If you have any questions you want to ask, just ask them in the comment section right now down below, and I will answer them before the end of the show. Alright guys, we got a couple of different topics to get to, so let's get to it. Of course, the headliner is, again, the S10. We're going to have it till February 20th, basically. Keep getting in more and more information. But we're also getting lots of other freaking information right now about just like LG, Huawei, all these different companies, Energizer. So let's get to it. Alright, so first and foremost, the Samsung has just acquired a company, and it has big implications for the Galaxy Note 10 and going forward. Now, the reason why this is so big is because this company called Corephotonics, I believe is how you pronounce it, is an Israel company, and basically they specialize in creating optical zoom on smartphones, and Samsung just bought the whole company. The reason why that is so big right now is because of the fact that it really has gotten a big thing recently with a 10 times optical zoom prototype. Now, they've already achieved 5. This is what, certain companies like Huawei and other ones were achieving that 5 times optical zoom with. But with this, getting up to a 10 times optical zoom is crazy. It's just like, it was really something that I think a lot of us can look forward to. But even if we get a 5 times zoom on the Note 9, which is already what the company currently has available, then I would be so happy with that. If we get a 10 times one, though, well, that would be a perfect 10th year anniversary gift for all Note users. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited about the prospect of getting a higher zoom on the Note? I think this is something that I would definitely upgrade for. Even though I'm getting the S10, I would definitely upgrade for more zoom. Like, more zoom would be a big thing that I would love to have, especially when you travel. When you travel, I always tell people that's the main time you want zoom. You mainly want zoom when you travel, because that is a time you, like, God, if I could just zoom in a little bit more. And it's so great, especially with that triple camera setup. You're going to have the wide angle, you're going to have the zoom, you're going to have the regular one, and good times all around. All right. Now, in other news, we do get our first glimpses as the S10e is now getting photographed. Now, the S10e is going to be the least expensive S10, starting in, and I believe we said the price point was going to be $749. I know we revealed the price points, I think, 2 weeks ago or a week ago, but I believe this one's going to start around $749. And with that being said, the E is going to be the flat design. So it's really interesting because I know a lot of people have been against the curve on smartphones, especially namely Samsung, since they pretty much originated the curve on smartphones and have really kind of gone ahead with it on all their flagships. So this will be a return to a flat Samsung S series phone. It's going to be the E, so it is going to have almost everything that the other phone has. It will have a slightly smaller battery, and it will have 2 cameras on the back instead of the triple camera setup. So it looks like it won't have the wide angle, but other than that, it looks like we're getting the same processor, similar RAM, similar storage, but that's the biggest thing. Now, this, again, we have variations on this, but according to them, it's going to be a 3,100 milliamp battery for the 10e, 3,400 for the S10, and 4,100 for the S10 Plus. I still think we're getting a 4,000 milliamp. I think each of these actually might be 100 less. I think it's going to be 3,000, 3,300, and 4,000. That's what my prevailing theory is, but we'll have to wait and see. Either way, I think I'm going to be happy with any of these, but it's really quite interesting for a 10e to be $749, to have the similar processor, have almost everything similar, just a slightly smaller screen than the regular S10. I don't know, which one are you guys leaning most towards if the prices are $749, $899, and $999? Which price are you going to go for in that case if those are the current price points, which I think those are a little bit off compared to what we had last week. But again, just let me know your thoughts. Which phone are you currently going for if you're getting an S10? And also, oh yeah, so this one did explain again the batteries that it believes it's going to be 3,000, 3,300, and 4,000. That is what I have said for a little while, so I think it will be that it's going to, in terms of battery life, that's what we're getting. Alright, then we got some news from Huawei, and Huawei basically confirmed that they will have a bendable phone at MWC. And they also have talked about bringing 5G to MWC. But easily the biggest thing, if we have a bendable phone from Huawei, I think it's going to be very interesting. I will say this has the same type of design that the Royal phone had. Now, which means the screen is on the outside, and there is nothing on the inside, it looks like. I personally like Samsung's design better. What I mean by that is, on Samsung's design, there is a screen on the outside, and then when you open it, there's two screens as well. So I think that's a much better style than having because that way, on this phone, when it's closed, right, you're not touching a touchscreen on the back, as you will with the Huawei phone. When it's bent in, you're touching the touchscreen, and I feel it's going to have too many issues. So I just like the idea of having a screen on the front, you open it up into tablet mode, and then you have a bigger screen. I think that's a much better design. It theoretically could drain more battery life, because then you're having two screens instead of, with this design, you only have one screen. But I think just the practicality of it and the implications aren't as good. Let me know which one you guys actually prefer, or if you've thought about this. Again, the Royale phone, we did our coverage on it at CES. Look at our video if you haven't seen it. We kind of played around with it. But touching a touchscreen at all times, I think, is not as good as just having a bendable phone with one screen on the front. It's a smaller display, and then when you open it up, you have a tablet-sized display. I think that's a better implication. It also allows for the hinge to be thinner, which I am more a fan of. That way you won't have that little basically gap as much as you do with these style phones. Again, let me know what you guys think. I just think that this could be more problematic than any other time. Alright, then we have the LG ThinQ, and I gotta say, it looks very similar, and I'm a little bit disappointed I don't see a triple camera setup. Like, why don't I see a triple camera setup as I do on my V40? Like, I know, I get it, the V40 is the higher end version, but if again, LG, you have to compete with your prevailing other brand, and if Samsung's gonna have a triple camera setup on their regular S10, why don't you? Like, it's just, it's things like this that I always am like, I wish I could talk to LG's head of mobile and really talk to them, because it's like, this won't succeed. You have to have more. You have to have the same that they have at the bare minimum, and then more. Now, the other thing is the battery life, right? The V40 has a 3,300 milliamp battery, which is probably the worst feature of this great phone. But the biggest thing that, LG has never had is a really big battery in recent years. And this one looks like it will. It's reportedly going to have a 3,400 milliamp battery, which is still not the biggest. I would say LG should have gone at least 3,500. Maybe they couldn't fit it in the chassis. I'm not sure exactly what. This will have a bigger battery, though, than their G7, than their G6, than their V30, and their V40. This will have a bigger battery, but not as big as, again, other competitors. Let me know what you guys think. I think this is definitely a misstep from LG, but let me know what you guys think in terms of it. I think this is definitely just something that they're missing. All right. Out of nowhere this week actually, Energizer is releasing 26 phones. What? And one phone at least is going to have up to an 18,000 milliamp battery. What? This came out of nowhere. Very curious to see what's going to happen with this. I'm very curious. They're going to bring them to MWC. Unfortunately, we will not be going to MWC this year. It's just financially not going to be viable. Without a sponsor, we tried to get a sponsor. One was going to happen, backed out, so we're not going. But because of that, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, there's several different phones, obviously, 26 whole phones. None of them are coming out yet. The soonest, let me get to the release date first. No pricing yet either. They're going to be coming out from in October, June, and April, depending on which version, right? So let's see. So there's the pop-out one, right? So there's two pop-out ones or one pop. Yeah. So there's one pop-out one. This one will have a 3,500 milliamp battery. All of theirs have MediaTek processors, which is third in line or fourth in line when it comes to processors. Generally, you have Exynos, you have Snapdragon, Intel, or not Intel. Sorry, Kirin processors. Those are the top three, and then I would say MediaTek is maybe on the same level as Intel, if not maybe a little bit better. Intel just doesn't do mobile processors well yet still. But yeah, so other than that, though, they have 4 gigs of RAM on this one, 64 gigs storage, 16 and 2 megapixel pop-up cameras, which is kind of interesting. So we'll see how they do well. I mean, I don't know. They have a pop-up selfie camera. It does have a Type-C charger. Another one has a 4,000 milliamp battery and all these different things about it, but I'm just going to be really curious to see. They either have a pop-up camera or a teardrop, it looks like. But yeah, I'm just very curious to see. The Power Max is going to be the one with 18,000 milliamp battery. We'll see how big it is. We'll see just more about it. But freaking Energizer Bunny, man. I mean, I never. If you would have told me one company was going to get into the smartphone business this year, I don't think I ever would have guessed Energizer. Would you guys have? Did you guys expect Energizer to come into this market? Let me know in the comment section. I just don't know. All right, guys, let's get to your questions. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. All right. Good morning from Israel. Good morning. Thank you for watching us all the way from Israel. Welcome to Mold Weekly. Enjoy your night and enjoy yourself on this fine day. Thank you, Quiet Storm. The Pats won. Go Pats. So a lot of football talk. It looks like it's going to be in here. Look, definitely kudos to the Pats. I am not. I kind of said this last week when people were like, "Oh, well, you live in Los Angeles. Are you going for the Rams?" I mean, I would go for the Rams in terms of, yeah, I'm from LA. But my team has always been the 49ers. I accept they're not good right now. So, like, I said this last week, basically, I've gotten out of sports more and more the more I've gotten into tech. Because I only have so much time in a day to concentrate on stuff. And with a wife, a kid, YouTube channel, and yeah, I get to play one game when it comes out. Like Kingdom Hearts, I've been playing nonstop this week. That's why content hasn't been up as much. It's going more next week for sure. And I've been doing. I know you guys can't see it because of the green screen, but basically, this room has changed, and it's the finishing touches will be tomorrow, I believe. So as of tomorrow, I'll have my new setup, which will be 2 cameras. So one facing me. We're going to upgrade this camera as well, and then we're going to have one going straight down to basically view on a different desk than I'm standing in front of right now. It's going to be a really interesting moving the entire setup around and seeing how it goes. But yeah, I'm going to have a week to hopefully perfect it before the next weekly. But next weekly, we might do some different kind of shots just to test it out. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Did you bet on the Super Bowl? No, I would if I was, again, like, I like to bet if I know. Like, one thing I totally could bet on, because I feel like I would always be one of the top performers on, is something like wrestling. Like I feel like I always know which way it's gonna go, but like I have to do my research. I would have to know the teams, who's doing good right now. You know, is their defense going to be really much better than their offense? Is their offense going to get there? I mean, who saw the low-scoring game? That was kind of crazy to me. It was, you know, tied at 3 forever. So, yeah, that was a really interesting game. I will say it was a little bit not as fun, I feel like, because you're not high-scoring. Let me know, did you guys, forget what team you're for, did you guys think it was a fun Super Bowl or a good Super Bowl, or what did you guys think? I thought it was kind of lower tier than past Super Bowls, for my opinion. I like a higher scoring game. It was a competitive game until the end, but yeah. Hey, we got a super chat. $6 from Quiet Storm. Thank you so much, Quiet Storm. As I have told you guys, January is the hardest, or now February, is those are the 2 hardest months for YouTube, just because advertisers put all their money into the Super Bowl, so really advertisers don't put as much money in YouTube, so it doesn't do as well money-wise. No matter who won today's game, the biggest winner is Ricky. Congrats, Ricky, on the Unpacked event. Thank you. For those of you who did not know, this is going to be our first year we go to Samsung Unpacked. I am so grateful for that. Like, it has been a mission for us to go to Samsung Unpacked, and I'm trying to see if it's just going to be me or if it's going to be one of our editors as well. But yeah, it really should be fun. I hope we can take more than one person, just because that drive is... I'm basically driving from Los Angeles to San Francisco. Yeah, hey, if you live in the San Francisco area or know anyone that does, what should I do around there? I literally have a day. So yeah, let me know. Pats, go Pats. Pats best team in history. Tom Brady. I mean, Tom Brady. I did not know he started in 2000. He's been playing for 19 years. That's insane lifespan for a football player. My wife looked it up. I think the average is something like 3 years is the average for football players. That's insane, 19 years. Now, everyone not let their teams enjoy awesome tech news. When T-Mobile variant of Note 9 getting Android Pie? I do not know. It's probably going to be the next couple weeks. The Note 9 was supposed to get it in February. So I would say in the next couple weeks it'll probably get pushed out. Verizon pushed out Pi to S9 Plus. When will Samsung push out to the Tab S3? I do not know when Samsung will push out to the Tab S3 for Pi. I don't think I have Pi on my Tab S4, to be honest. I'm just you just made me think of that. I'm like, I don't think I have that on my Tab S4, so it would obviously go to this one. No, yeah, I don't have Android. I'm checking the software status on this. Yeah, no, I don't have it on my Tab S4, so yeah, that's going to be at least probably... Tab S3 probably won't get it till... I'm being honest here, April, May probably. I'm guessing this one would get it in March. And then yeah, that's where I would guess. Hey Ricky, you got it all wrong. The Note 9 Exynos, shorter battery and faster system updates. To be fair, I did not really use the Exynos variant. But yeah, maybe with the Note 9 it changed from past years. I can tell you with the S9, I did check out the Exynos variant. And again, the battery life was a little bit better than the Snapdragon version I ended up having. But yeah, again, it could have been a one-off too. Good day, Ricky from Sydney, Australia. Good day, Sherry. I want the green gradient S10 Plus. If they have a green one, you guys know which one I'm getting. There's just no question about it. I'm loving One UI. I like the way you wrote that too. Again, for me, the One UI, the biggest thing is the way the recent screen works. That I am the biggest deterrent of. But yeah, overall, I think it's a definite overall improvement for sure. Apple announcing streaming service next month? No, I don't think they're announcing their streaming service. At the earliest, their WWDC. So I think at the earliest it would be in June, because that is, June is supposed to be software based. But no, March is just going to be all about the iPad Mini and their AirPods. Yeah. Congrats on making an unpack. Thank you very much. So some people are going with the S10 Plus. I'm going for the S10 Plus. S10 Plus Green Lantern Edition. There you go. Plus, I think the prices will be lower. Don't want to Apple themselves in the foot. I don't think the prices will be too much lower than what we're seeing, but yeah, we'll see. I always get the Plus, but with the improvement to the size, to the S10 display, battery size, I gotta think. Yeah, gotta think about it. If you're being sponsored by that screen protector company, so will you have the S10 early? So if a screen protector company sponsors me getting the phone, they usually don't have early access to a phone, or at least not in my experience. The only ones who could give you the phone earlier would be like a carrier or a company that sells phones. What's like Gotta Be Mobile or something like that, like a company, or GearBest. Those are companies, since they sell the phone, they can get you the phone early. But other than that, I don't think another company could get you a phone early. At least not a screen protector company that I've ever worked with. Granted, I've only worked with two. But yeah, that's my thing. But how can I get the lock screen wallpaper, the one with the fire? That is my creation. I created that. I have been looking into possibly giving it to you guys or getting it to you guys. It's weird, like, it's a weird way to do it. I wish I could do it through YouTube, but like when I would do it through my website, it's not. The only way I could do it at full quality is if I charge. I could charge like $1 for it. But like I'm trying to figure out a simple way to get it to you guys, because on my regular website it downgrades the quality dramatically if I post it, and I've tried. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it. Just saying with the news portion, have fun, have stuff in the morning. Alright, thanks Alex for staying till then. LG is the Rams of phones. Oh, that's messed up. All LG phones have had are bad. Oh, that sucks. You've had all bad LG phones. What's been the issue? Like the battery, screen going off? What is it? I think the S10 whole is dumb option. They should have had a slider, no front-facing camera. I don't think they could do a no front-facing camera, but yeah, that's, yeah. Samsung rep at Best Buy told me today you won't see 55 or 65 inch micro LED for a long time. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, to be honest, I don't know how much they know. I know they work for a third-party company. Any Samsung rep inside of a Best Buy works for a third-party company called, what is it? 2020. So they're not directly working for Samsung. So they get trickled down information, but I wouldn't say they're necessarily experts unless they really do their research. Some of them do know more than others when I've kind of quizzed them on stuff. But yeah, I would say 55, no chance. They're not going to even bother doing that, to be honest. I don't think you'll ever see a 55 inch. I think 65 is the smallest they'll go. But I do see it more as a 75 and up, especially because, you know, the first micro LED TVs are going to probably be 4K, but then they're really going to go towards the 8K route just to make it more worth the money. So yeah, the affordability of it is going to be the real question, to be honest. How's it going? How you're doing? I'm doing pretty good. Next it's going to be Duracell. They're going to come out with their phones. Hey, Duracell did have a foothold in the smartphone market. For those of you who don't remember, actually, I think they even have it, or did they change those out? Basically, so there's two wireless charging technologies, which no one usually knows because everyone uses Qi standard. The other one, though, was PMA, which Duracell had the most stake in for a long time. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, now they might have changed those out because after the iPhone came out, I think they did change them out. But for a long time, they were PMA wireless chargers inside of Starbucks. However, when Apple did not go with the PMA standard and decided to go Qi standard, I think they changed them out, if my memory serves me correct. But I remember originally all Starbucks that had the wireless chargers in their stores were PMA, but then I think they flipped them to Qi, and everyone else in that has wireless chargers in their locations are Qi standard. Let's see. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. All right. I'll be keeping the Note 9 just because the fact that they size the same, battery is more important than gimmicky software. Samsung, give us a bigger battery, please. I really wonder how big they'll go, to be honest. Like for the Note 10, I could picture them putting a 4,200 milliamp battery, but I don't think they're going to go that much higher than that. I think 4,000 is a good way to go. I'll take more. I'm not going to say I won't, but I'm just saying expectations. Can you explain how the 5G S10 will launch later than the other ones? So yeah, it's going to be a stacked release from what we've heard, right? So from what we heard, March 8th is going to be the launch of the regular S10, S10e, and S10 Plus. Then you're going to have the 5G variant come out later. From what we've heard, it's going to be closer to the end of the month. So I think it was saying like March 27th or something like that when we had broke that news based on the leaks. So yeah, I do not remember off the top of my head, but it's going to be based towards the end of the month. Now, from what I understand, you'll be able to pre-order all of them right away, but that could change too. You know, it can always change. So we'll find out soon. What? We have 17 days. 17 days. Less than 17 days now, actually. No, I did not expect Energizer of all people. Any CES laptop recommendation? To be honest, CES laptops were really cool looking, but the Lenovo with the curved display really stood out to me. Some people have already gotten them and getting a chance to review them. The Dell XPS, the new 13, looks freaking amazing. Definitely, if you want an Ultrabook, that's probably the one I would go with. The Latitude one was cool too, but I just like that one. A lot of the other ones were all gaming related. They're basically the new ones with the NVIDIA GTX 20 series. And those are good, but I feel that they are a little bit priced high right now just because everyone's touting those new graphics cards. Dave2D just did a video on that as well, and I do agree with him that they're a little just bit too priced right now. I really have enjoyed, and I know I haven't done the video yet, but once I get this setup done, I will. Basically, I am now doing everything off of a Dell XPS 15-inch connected through a external GPU. And that external GPU has my two monitors that I look at, has everything that I need connected to it all set up. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. And I love the portability of having a laptop as my main computer. And it's been a real change from a desktop laptop combination to now this. Let's see. Why I think smartphones are not exciting anymore. In fact, we continue to get leaks of all flagship phones, so no mystery anymore. Do you think smartphone flagships are not exciting anymore? Well, the biggest excitement I think this year that we really haven't gotten too many leaks of is the bendable smartphones. And the reason why we haven't gotten so many leaks of that is because they're less manufactured, so they're more tight to the vest. Because the reason why these leak is because when you have so many different companies involved, but bendable smartphones are very few companies involved. So because of that, because a lot of it's in-house, because a lot of all these things, you don't get the same leaks that you do with those. So that's what I think is the most exciting this year is the bendable smartphone technology. Um, we'll see what else, but I think that's going to be the big innovation this year. I'm not going to say it's perfected; it's first generation stuff, but it's going to definitely be the most interesting thing this year and the most exciting thing this year. Um, Good morning, friends. What's going on? Good morning. It's so crazy. We get people watching from different parts of the world here. It's awesome. Um, Never expected Energizer to throw their hat in the middle of mobile hat. Yeah, I didn't expect that either. How much do you think T-Mobile S10 Plus payment is going to be on the Jump on Demand? I do not know off the top of my head. I don't do Jump anymore, so I forgot like how much it is. Weren't they around like $40 or $30? I don't know what the flagship prices are for Jump on Demand. Hello from Switzerland. What's your daily driver? Do you think Apple will ever go slider? Apple will never go slider. No, absolutely not. Samsung Note 9 is my current daily driver, along with the LG V40. I always have two daily drivers at all times. Those are my two. I do still have a Pixel 3, which I take on vacations with me, just as a camera, per se. But that's pretty much it right now for my daily drivers. Excited to get more in the coming month. I'll have like 3 more, so we'll see. What's up, Ricky? Do you think Samsung will have a trade-in promo with the Note 9 for the S10? You know, I will say that's one thing that I don't like about Samsung in terms of they don't always include the last phone that was launched. So you don't always get a trade-in for your S9 for your Note 9, or you don't always get a trade-in for your Note 8 for the S9. Sometimes they do, sometimes they haven't. I want to say they did with the Note 9. They didn't with the S9. I remember I couldn't trade in my Note 8. It wasn't on the, you get more money list. And I'm like, but it's newer. How do I, so it's been a couple of things like that I've been like, but yeah, so overall, I hope so, but it hasn't always happened. But yeah, I do think they're going to have a trade-in, definitely. I hope Energizer gives you a big battery. I'll be fine. I mean, that's a huge battery. I thought the game was boring, along with the commercials. Yeah, I haven't seen all the commercials. There's like a USA Today or something like that has like all of the commercials where you can vote which ones are the best. I haven't checked all those out yet, but yeah, the commercials seem lackluster to me too. Although again, I didn't see every one of them. It was a great Super Bowl. Didn't see this coming. Honestly, enjoyed the game. Cool. I have downloaded. I have a download for 5G on the Note 9. Should I download it? I'm guessing you have it for AT&T, which is 5E or 5GE, which isn't true 5G. It's basically LTE. Sure, you can put it on there. It does not change your internet speed. It literally just changes, like, when you pass this threshold, it is now considered 5E. That's it. But that's who I'm guessing you have by you saying that. Because I know the Note 9 was one of their lists that does have the 5E capability. Did you watch the WWE halftime show? I did. It was actually really good. That I found very entertaining, actually. It was a really non-stop action. So yeah, I found it fun. Good evening, Ricky. Do you think the Pixel 4 will have a notch? No. Love your channel, man. Keep up good work. No. From what I've heard, sources at Google have learned their lesson. Will it actually be that way? We'll have to wait and see. But that's from what I've heard. They have learned their lesson. No notch. We'll have to wait and see. Whoa. I see someone doesn't like San Francisco. I do valet parking, so hopefully I should be fine with my car. How's Kingdom Hearts doing? Are you enjoying it? I love Kingdom Hearts. I absolutely love it. Such a fan of it. Yeah, I don't even think halfway through. I still have a lot to go through. But again, trying to be responsible. as much as possible. When will the Note 9 unlocked get Android Pie? Again, it's supposed to be February, so it should be sometime this month. Note 9 Exynos got Pie a month ago. Nice. That does also depend on your country usually, though, just so you know. Everyone knows that it's Whitestone Dome. It is not a secret. They are the preferred screen protector for Samsung. I mean, they are the same country. Do you think the Note 9 is going to drop when the S10 comes out? Yeah, it should if it hasn't already in your country or with your carrier. Typically, it drops right when it comes out, but sometimes it drops a few weeks before. So check out the prices. The national MSRP for the Note 128 will be $899. Soon, the Note 9 512 will be $999. So yeah, that's going to be a price drop. Really big price drop for the 512 version. Yeah, that's a really good one. Love the S8, but on the One UI, I can't wait to upgrade to the S10 Plus. I want the elite green gradient color. So pretty. Yes, I want green. I want green. One UI is not bad. It makes things easier to reach. Yes, I do love that about the One UI. We don't have the Best Buy Samsung guys anymore. In our Best Buys, they shut down. Oh, wow. That sucks. It's called Mosaic. They are trained directly by Samsung directly. Their bosses are Samsung employees. 2020 does the national merchandise for Best Buy and Target. But 2020 does their mobile division inside of Best Buys. I know that. Mosaic does, it's like 3 different companies. It's Mosaic, PRS, and 2020. They do different parts of it. And yes, all of their bosses work for Samsung. But all of the people in the stores do not. I do remember that... Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. I do remember Duracell phones that they had. They actually had phones. I don't remember that per se. Is the Note 9 going to be a good upgrade of the S10 Plus? Oh. I think you meant that the other way around. Like, because, no, the S10 Plus will be an upgrade over the Note 9. Is the Note 10 going to be an upgrade? I think it should be, but we'll have to wait and see. First Energizer, next Duracell, next Royovac, next smartphone lineup. There you go. Time for the heavy hitters. Note 10X may or may not be the first smartphone with UHF-S 1 terabyte storage. I'm pretty sure it will be, but we'll have to wait and see. You know best. I keep hearing iOS 13 will change the iPad more than the iPhone. Could be. I mean, I think they still need another year of subtle upgrades with the iOS because iOS 11 was still horrible. iOS 12 was better, but it still had quite a bugs. Look at the FaceTime. Smartphones aren't exciting anymore because they've gotten unaffordable. But I am excited about the Note 9 price drop. I do not agree that smartphones have gotten unaffordable because smartphones are more affordable than ever. I mean, it's not the, iPhone and Samsung phones, but I mean, you take a look at, like, what's this one? Yeah, the Honor 8X, $200 smartphone, amazing, better than, like, a Galaxy S6 or something like that, from a couple years back. So, yeah, you can get really good phones for very affordable prices. And I mean, you talk about phones like the Poco phone and all that stuff. Now, to be fair, not all of those are in the US, but I mean, even like the Xiaomi Mi Mix 3 goes for what, $300 to $500? I mean, there are a lot of affordable phones now. Ricky is correct. 1 million units Samsung Fold or F are being produced in Japan until the new factory is ready for mass production. There you go. Good to have a number on it. I'm glad they're at least having 1 million units. I thought it could have been less. When is the LG V50 actually coming out? V50 won't come out till October probably. Ricky, how long does it take for you to edit your videos? It depends. Like, one of the longest videos it took to edit for sure was one from CES, the 10 Hidden Gems. that one took forever to edit. I want to say that took me probably about 5 hours. So yeah, that was a really long editing process. Typically, it takes me about less than an hour to edit most of my videos, but it depends on the video. If it's just like, it was just me in front of a camera and I don't even do like a B-roll, I mean, that could take, 20 minutes. But yeah, if it's really in depth and a lot of, like, there's one I've been working on right now for KB Home. It's like a really cool smart home that we saw at CES. That one is probably going to be a total, I've worked on probably around 3 hours on that one. But it depends on the video. Exynos 9820 versus Snapdragon 855. Do not have enough information to tell you about those yet. It will be S7, S7 Plus, S9, S9 Plus, Note 9 for the trade-in promotion line for the S10. One will be direct Samsung, others will be carrier-specific, vendor off like Best Buy and Target. Cool to know. So yeah, so it looks like the trade-in program will not include the Note 9 then from your list. So yeah, and I would definitely trust his list. Congratulations on being invited to Unpacked event. I can't wait for the S10 coverage. I really appreciate that, Omar. My brother is a diehard Niners fan. They are a good team with a great history. They do have a great history, and they had one of the best Super Bowl records up until they've never defeated until those Baltimore Ravens. But yeah, they definitely have had tough times. If you have an S10, cough twice. Guys, I don't have the S10 yet. No one has the S10 yet, except for everyone going. You know how well the Cricket Wireless works, thinking they're switching to then I heard AT&T bought them out. Did AT&T buy them out? I did not know that. It doesn't surprise me too much on that. I just didn't think they would. I guess they're a prepaid company, so it doesn't matter as much, but I didn't think legally AT&T could buy anything else right now after Time Warner. If you have the S10, guys, why are you thinking that I have a phone that only a couple of thousand people got this week? I mean, do you think Samsung will have another notch on their belts? Bad joke. No, I do not think Samsung will have many notches on their belt by the end of this year. How do you cast the Moto Z3 to a TV? Thanks. If the Moto Z3 has Miracast, which I do not remember if the Motos do have that or not. If it has Miracast, which is just a form of screen mirroring, that would be the way you could do it. If it doesn't, the only way you could do it is then with a Chromecast. So you'd have to buy a Chromecast, and then most apps like Netflix, YouTube, and things like that, you can cast to a TV. The Note 10 will be close to 1,200. I think 1,100 for the starting price at most. Is the S10 laying on your desk? No. When is your next app? First, this app has to be more profitable than it is. Don't get me wrong. I'm making like 2 figures off of my app right now, so it's not bad per month. But definitely, would want 3 figures, 4 figures. If I get 4 figures a month from an app, you better believe I'm making another one. Let's see. Indeed, another awesome app like 50 First Date Questions would be lovely. Cough, cough. Yeah, 50 First Date Questions is our app. For those of you who don't know, you can download it on the Play Store or on iOS App Store. It's a really fun game to play on a date. I've never had a person tell me they've had a bad experience playing that game. Mostly positive reviews as well. So yeah, really fun, and it helps out the channel if you download it. Did you hear from Apple is not supporting 6 or 6S for iOS 13? I did not hear that. I would be surprised if they wouldn't do that, to be honest. Hey Ricky, do you know a good USB charger with quick charge? Yeah, let me actually look it up. I will look it up and I will post it right now. There is a really, really good one that I've found, and I've wanted to do this video for a while too. Like best must have, or my favorite tech. And like things like cables and chargers, I think is a good thing to always share with you guys, just because they're so good, right? Like once you find a good charger, like I have found, or like a tripod grip or something like that, like some really cool things like that. I think like, oh man, I want to share that with you guys so you guys can know about the best ones, because trust me, I've tested so many. Like a Thunderbolt cable, I just got that, and it was really hard to find a good high power Thunderbolt 3 cable to connect my laptop to my external graphics card and make all this work. SD card, that was another thing. I found a really good one. SD card reader, sorry. Where is it? USB. Let me speed up this process because it's taking a little bit longer than I thought it would to find this cable. Nope, not the Anchor one. Ah, this one. Yeah. So this is a new one that I've really fallen in love with. So I just put the link in the chat, and just so I can show you guys right now. Whoops. Sorry, my computer is getting a little bit hot right now. So yeah, so this cable is one that I've really liked. Again, I put the link in the chat right now, but it's really good. You get a 3-pack of 6-feet cables for $13. They're fast charging. They're fast charging for a phone. They'll do up to quick charge 3.0. So yeah, you won't get the difference of like if you want to charge a laptop. I do have a different one for that. But yeah, this one is a really good one. Definitely recommend it. And it has the micro and Type-C, which those are the main ones I usually like to get. Unless for the laptop, then you need a higher charge, which you can't find one that has a 60-watt charge with this. But yeah, really good. Really love it. This has been my favorite one. Again, I put it in the chat. So, and I'll put it, and I'll copy it, and I'll paste it for the chat after the video is uploaded. All right. Now let's get back to your questions. Hey, oh yeah. He coughed when he drank. I did not cough, guys. Guys, I swear, you guys think of all these crazy things, thinking that, because a phone might have come out for certain people this week, that I would know everything about it or know, let's see. I'm using a Chromecast and it's great. Yeah, Android Pie. I just got Android Pie on my S9 Plus. Yeah, they've been releasing it slowly. Some lucky Samsung Field people have S10s and they are lab rats. They were given them last week. Yes, they were. And I don't know any of them, I swear. When will Samsung phone get iTunes on them? I mean, you have iMusic on there, but yeah, iTunes. I don't know if Apple would ever do that. A hole in the screen on the S10 is bleh. I understand how people feel about that. What case are you using on your S10? There are no cases on the S10 except for the Spigen one, so don't try to trap me. So how is the phone? guys, stop. Does the Snapdragon 855 match the A12 Bionic? I think Samsung is upgrading their flash storage read and write speed to close in on the iPhone's performance. That's going to be, like he said, more likely with the Note than this one. Yeah. Would you ever move to Michigan? I don't believe so. I really do love Los Angeles. It's expensive to live here. I totally agree with that kind of thing. Like, me and my wife have talked about, like, man, if we would move to, like, somewhere like, Las Vegas, or like my friends just moved to Denver, Colorado. Jeez, the house we could buy right now, because we're saving up to buy a house right now. the house we could buy right now with the same money we have, oh, it's so like it's frustrating because LA, you know, $500,000 house is like nothing. So it's definitely it's always a thing of thinking about moving, but yeah, I don't know if I ever could. I mean we're moving to like Long Beach area, so which is further from Los Angeles. Basically, the further you get away from downtown LA in Los Angeles, the more affordable things are. So yeah. Guys, coffee because he has allergies. Exactly. I'm allergic to things. Like indeed. So yeah. Alright guys, I think we will call that a show. So yeah, we're gonna have the modular home video going up tomorrow. I don't see any issues with that at all. But yeah, overall should be pretty interesting. Which is more expensive, LA or DC? I do not know the DC market, so I honestly don't know if it is more expensive there or not. Again, for a $500,000 home, you can't get anything in the middle of LA. In Long Beach, where we plan on moving to, 500,000 is more like a 2-bed, 2-bath home or a 3-bed, 2-bath home that needs work. So just to give you an idea. And under 1,500 square feet on most of them. How is real estate going? Funny, real estate is basically having a troubling time right now because the market's going to crash. You know, with all the political stuff going on, and again, I don't like to get into political stuff on here, but just for your guys' own information, the market's going to crash. It's going to crash. It's so it's so funny. Because with real estate people that aren't honest, they are like, "Oh no, the market's not gonna crash." I just hear them, and I'm just like, "What are you talking about? None of what you're saying, you're putting a complete spin on the truth." The real estate market has peaked. It peaked last year. It peaked last year in most areas. Some areas are still making good money off it, but like. Basically, the interest rates went way too high at the end of last year. They've started to drop, basically, but the interest rates went way too high, and prices for homes went way too high. And when that happens, no one can afford them. So now, housing prices have gone down over the past month, I would say, especially, again, I can only speak to the real estate market I've seen, right, in Los Angeles, because everywhere is different. But even my friend that did move to Denver, even some other people that I do know in different cities, they're saying it's basically the same thing. I would say easily the stock market will, or sorry, not the stock market per se, but the housing market will run into issues towards the end of the summer to the beginning of Q1 next year. That is when pretty much everyone agrees that those are going to be the times when issues happen. So yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I'm hoping it all lines up. So you know, me and my wife can move right when the housing market goes down, and like maybe it's not gonna be as bad as 2008, but it will be effective. It's going to happen. A lot of things are going towards it, so yeah, it's gonna happen. Would you ever come to Michigan in the summer to do like a meet and greet? I would have to be a lot bigger than I am now to do a meet and greet in a city like. I would have to have like 500,000 subscribers at least, and you know it would more so be like maybe if I was traveling, I would meet up with some people. Like you know maybe something along those lines could be a possibility more so. Like you know if I'm traveling with my family and I'm like, hey babe, you know there's a lot of people that a lot of viewers that I happen to have in this city. Say if it was like Las Vegas or New York, right? Say like. Babe, I have a lot of viewers in New York that want to meet. Like, is it okay if I span an hour on our vacation to meet with them and you know just hang out? And maybe it'd be something like that, basically. When will Snapchat and Instagram optimize their apps for Galaxy cameras? I don't know if they will. That's depending on the developers. Snapchat, I don't think will last long enough to do so. Would you? Oh, if you get a house that has a front yard or backyard, would you get the iMow lawnmower if it's free? I probably wouldn't get it the price it is currently at right now, but yeah. Same thing here. Tennessee houses have risen so high. Yeah, it's happening a lot of places. I'm waiting on the sale on cells to crash for Chrysler to get laid off a little. LOL, some time at home. Wow, that's interesting. I think you would get 500,000 subscribers when the S10 Plus videos go up. I think that would be amazing, Scooter. I don't think I'll go that high with those videos. There's always a spike. I always have a spike during the Samsung season, which I'm so grateful for. Every time the Samsung new phone season comes out, I see a huge spike in my numbers, viewers, subscribers, everything goes up. So I definitely hope to make the best of it for this S10 launch for sure. Oh, I meant a USB charging hub. Don't really have a good one for that, to be honest. I really like. I have an Anchor one, which is a two port one. That is, if you look in our description on our Amazon page, we have an Amazon affiliate page that where like most of the stuff that I have bought is on there. That charger's on there. It's a dual charge. Both ports are fast charge. Anchor one, I forget how much it costs. I want to say it was around like 25 bucks, something like that. But that one I love. It's one of the Anchor's only ones that have dual quick charge. So that's a really good one. When do you think the housing market will crash? I said end of summer this year to beginning of next year. I have a friend that has a lot of rich investors, and they are all selling this year because they believe the housing market will crash in Q1 of next year. But basically, every investor that I know isn't buying a home. They're finishing any investments they have right now and flipping and all that kind of stuff. They're doing that this year, but like everyone's like holding off at the end of this year or not buying anything new unless it's a short window, basically because they are afraid of a crash. When is the Note 9 One UI coming to the States? Again, February was supposed to be the launch, so you're talking the beginning of February till maybe the beginning of March. Thanks for everyone stopping by. I hope you had a great night. Yeah, thank you guys. It is 9 o'clock, so we are going to end here. Thank you guys always so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you give a like, thumbs up before you head out, and share this video. Anytime you guys share a video, it really helps us out on the channel, and as we're growing our social media and doing all this kind of stuff, it really always helps. Alright guys, thank you as always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.